I had the following experience, which is a lot of founders call it the aha moment, where I was working a corporate job, was, top of the line, was, C-level. And although I had all the resources and the money, and I would invest so much time into my health in terms of I had personal trainers, I had dietitians, I had, physiotherapists and all those things, I was feeling brain fogged. I was overweight. I didn't have the energy. I wouldn't want to work out after work anymore on the weekends. I just wanted to hang in or stay in. And I wanted, how can somebody with my background, being an athlete, with my resources and the time invested into my health, be in such a bad shape, in such a bad place, also cognitively and mentally, right? And this is where I started my personal health journey, where I was like, okay, let me speak to someone who might know. And I was recommended to go to see a doctor, endocrinologist. So I go to speak to him and I tell him all my symptoms, my fatigue level, my cognitive brain fog, my physical, deficiencies. So I remember the doctor sits across from me just like you, and he's like nodding. He's like, yes, I know exactly what's going on. I know exactly what we need to do. So I'm like, oh my God, it's great. He's like, we should do a blood test. And based on this blood test, I'll tell you exactly what to do. I'm like, oh my God, great. So I do the blood test, costs $1,000. Remember that? I'm like, okay, big investment. Let's figure out. I wait for a week. I come back into his office a week later, expecting this holy grail experience where he tells me, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to change. This is what's going to happen. And I remember walking to his office. He looks at me. He's like, oh yeah, you. Opens up his computer, prints out the blood test results, looks at the PDF for like 20 seconds, looks back at me and says, yeah, you're fine. And I'm like, what do you mean you're fine? He's like, yeah, you're not ill. I'm like, okay, I'm not ill. I still have the symptoms though. He's like, listen, if you'd be ill, I'd give you something and prescribe you something, but you're not ill. There's nothing I can do here. And that was like the first step of me realizing traditional medicine is about healing of people that are already ill. And I was looking for solutions that are more about optimization. And this is where the Bioniq journey started. I'm like, okay, I want to create a product which is about optimization.